then I just went through it. Erased it. So trying to look for things to make it shortcuts, it doesn't work. You can try a compass, you can try anything, but anything. These are all exhibitions that are coming up, and deadlines and stuff like that, and back against blah.
Oh, you are.
Are they carving exhibitions or art exhibitions?
Art exhibitions.
Ah, okay. Are you in them all?
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
And I'm running a couple of them also.
How many pieces do you need for each one?
As many as you can make.
Yeah.
So I'm working on something down there in the corner made out of copper underneath your table.
Oh, the weaving.
Yeah, weaving.
That's beautiful.
So with everything that we do, it's all basically done by eye. And as you can see, sometimes when you go to grab these boards, the width of these wood might be different. Now what I draw on paper is very much within that space.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit out, might be a couple of mils out, but then you got to figure that out yourself when you go to put it on this. But it's basically the general thing is always the same. Now we're going to learn about 5 words today. Now we're going to take a step back before this gets too carried away. Now, what has happened over the last couple of weeks, especially with the students, we've had a Māori person who's actually had to go at somebody else about whānau that are tauiwi or Pākehā or anything doing Māori aka, doing Māori kauri. The word for kairo. Now the word for kairo actually means to eat wood. If you put that in any category, that means whether it's woodworking, whether it's cabinet making, whether it's any, that comes under all of that. Wood turning, anything to do with eating wood. Now, whakairo is just the translate name of it. So some say whakairo, some say whakairo. So whakairo means just to eat. And that's what the huhu bug does when it gets into wood. Or any grub that gets into wood, that's what it does, and so it follows all the way through. So just remember the huhu grub, all that sort of stuff. That's what it does, to eat wood. Now these words here, just to give you a brief outview, kōtahitanga. Anybody know what kōtahi means?
It's like unity or being together.
One. One person. We are all one. Manakitanga. Did you get it?
Like hospitality or like extending generosity to people coming to your place? Or?
Support. Yeah, extending generosity. Whanaungatanga. Whanaungatanga means like family, all that sort of thing. And then you get up and introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, whether it be Māori or Pākehā. Kaitiakitanga. Kaitiaki just means to protect, and protect what you're doing, or protect that what you have been taught. So it's more or less like a kaitiaki is like a guardianship, and that's what you're learning right here. You're learning how to guard all this. So that means you're learning that at the same time. Rangatiratanga. Now rangatira is more or less somebody who leads the way, or helps leads the way. So what I'm doing with you guys is what I'm calling rangatira. So I'm the rangatira of this class. If I was to step outside this class, and so if I go to another tribe, in this class here, I'm your master carver. Outside this class, I'm no one. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody comes up and says, "Oh, do you know any master carvers?" and you say, "Yes, I know one," and if they ask you if you know another one, you say, "Well, not yet." Okay. So at the moment, I'm your master carver. But when I step out of here, it's normal Joe Blog like anybody else, artist. And that's where this comes into play. So kōtahigatanga just means to work as one, be as one. Manaakitanga means to support each other and look after each other, no matter what. Whanaungatanga means let everyone know who you are, so in the end we'll all become friends and understand each other along the way. And hopefully we'll all learn each other's names as we go along. Kaitiakitanga is to mean to protect what you have here, or what's in this space. So it means you are the guardians of this place, of this space here. And rangatiratanga is where I have to lead you and show you the way, but understand what my people want. So in order to be that person, I have to listen to what you want. But I'm still going to tell you what to want anyway. So now, in consideration to this, there are whānau that are still out there that are not wanting people to learn about our artwork and all that sort of thing. I fully understand. And this is where the part that you got to understand is that you learning this is that you are learning about the culture of this land. And that's what everybody should be doing in order to understand the people. Now, if somebody comes up and asks you why you're doing this, say, I'd rather be inclusive than exclusive. And we ourselves have got a problem of pushing people out. And yet, when they do something wrong, they have the tendency to complain. Reason because they don't know. The person that is offending somebody else doesn't know that they're offending somebody, especially in other cultures. And then they say, well, you should learn. And then when you go to learn, you get the opposite. You get to say, why are you learning this? Why are you learning that? And that's where you say, I'd rather be inclusive than exclusive. Now, an old Indian, Native American proverb was that exact same thing. He had this man who came into a situation, he was part Cherokee, and he had his son, the Cherokee had his own son next to him. And he said, what's wrong with that guy? He's trying to be an Indian. But he was actually he had a Cherokee heritage. And then the old man said to him, it's rather be inclusive than exclusive. And that's what you're doing. So you're forcing people away. and when that happens, it goes back down to parts of where people feel ousted and where they don't want to be part of, and then they get angry. And then the anger gets felt. And it happens and it spreads like wildfire. And then when somebody complains that to the part of where we want to learn something about Māori culture or even about the culture itself, that's including te reo, it's including what we do on the inside and on the outside, inside the marae, all that sort of thing. That is the part of making people inclusive rather than exclusive. So whenever that happens to you, all you have to say, I want to be inclusive rather than exclusive. I'm learning hard, I'm learning what I can. You want us to learn, here is the opportunity. The opportunity is here. But there are many places like this, but then you'll also have backlash. Now, and then we go back, when we said about last couple of weeks ago, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the part of when you had guys like Jock McEwen, who was the other one? One of your mates? Was it one of your mates?
Conway. Dennis.
Yeah, Conway. Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Conway. Or John Conway.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's your mate, eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So look at, what is he? Full on Scottish?
Irish, yeah.
Irish. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So would she say the same thing to him?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Or
Probably
maybe,
not.
I don't know. Who's to say?
Because if you go back to what Dennis was doing, Dennis was taught by Māori, and he ended up teaching Māori. So he ended up teaching Kawi to Ōrākei, because there were no Kawas up there. Because they had all not died off, it's that they were shut down. But when you taught somebody outside the situation, they didn't shut them down. They used them as a, you could say, as a tool. And there was the New Zealand government that did that. And then the way it worked, and then the way it didn't work, but it worked, and it came out quite well. So that's what actually happened to a lot of that era during the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So during that whole period of time, we had actually lost our language, we'd actually lost our whakairo, and then we said we lost it to the Pākehā. Then the Pākehā ended up teaching us again our stuff. But those fellows had been taught properly. So what they gave back to the Māori community was fantastic. So it took a white man in a way to carry our culture through. And these are things that you've got to explain to folks. Not as a stabbing situation, you know, don't make it like a bad thing. Just say it was a good thing. Because we were shut down because of that act that we talked about last time. That Trauma Suppression Act. So keep that in mind. You either be inclusive than exclusive. And that's the only way you're going to win. And then they can't really say that you didn't ignore the protocols or the mātauranga Māori, as they would call it. Say that you're trying to learn, you're trying to be part of, rather than left out. Or if somebody comes along and says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. And you say, yeah, well, I did learn about the Māori culture, so I know what I'm doing. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. Ka pai? Does that make sense? Hopefully. So I actually teach mātauranga class to Koreans, Chinese. Who's the other one? Hopefully she's, if she keeps coming, she'll be a Spanish girl. And then what I give to them in English, in Māori, they translate into their language so that they can explain to their people when they come in. Just makes it easier. And like, we sat there for hours just trying to explain 3 words. Me and the Chinese ambassador. And they had the same word, chi all the way through for wairua. I'll remember the next one anyway. So in context, mana means strength, depends on what strength you have. Wairua means 2 spirits or 2 waters. And what's the third one, Lucas? If you look at my notes, you know? Now, if we were to look at this in Chinese perspective, it's called chi. But breaking it down, chi is then actually means wairua. The other two, I've got the other 2 names for these 2. So wairua means 2 waters. Now who knows what Wairua Road means? Why? No. Road. Where's that?
It's in Greenfield, yeah. That's the,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the valley of the.
You can? What's that word?
Is it 2 waters, which is like the sea and the natural water coming together? Is it?
Close enough? Well, what's that?
Water.
Water? What's that word?
Timber?
Road. 100. 100 waters. That place was 100 waters that ran through that road. There was 100 streams that actually used to run through the whole of the Wairua block until they put that channel in
Yeah.
and turned it all into one place. So when it got flooded, they couldn't stop it because there was like the water just came out everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out from under the ground, came out thinking that's why their place ended up being that high. Was they tried to control it, and when something like that happened, you got 100 waters coming from all over the place, and you're only trying to stop one. And look what happened.
Yeah, nature saying, I'm still here.
Yep, it's the same story. So wairua in this thing means 2 waters. So wai is 1, 2. Now, this means, when you look at it this way, good, evil. But it's not evil. We didn't have that shit in our actual language. It was just bad. Now, to put it in your terms, you got the devil on one shoulder, you got an angel on the other. So those two are always battling between you, they're telling you what to do. That's the same with us. That's what wairua means. You got that good, and so you're in the middle, you're their path in the middle. And whichever way you channel it, so if you want to go this way, so you end up going bad or something like that, or doing stupid things, after a while, you'll turn back this way. So then you end up going out to balance out. So when you hear somebody say, oh, you fucked up my wairua, that's what happens. And the best way to find that out is when you get near someone and you can tell whether you know when your hair's standing on the back of your head, it's telling you that something's wrong. You ignore it. Your wairua, that thing there, is telling you that something's wrong. And we ignore it. So in order to fix it, you have to find somebody to fix it. So you're here, this is your one side, this is the other side. So depending on how you feel when you get sick, you end up going like this. When you get better, you end up going like that. When you feel good, you gotta remember there's always something bad about you that you gotta do. No matter what. Some things, not everybody's good and not everybody's bad. But sometimes you can use that to your advantage. So always keep in mind that what your wairua is. Wairua is when you know you've done something wrong, you can feel it. And like when Garth was working here, he stopped because he knew that he was doing something wrong. And he knew that he had dug down one deep than the other. So that's that wairua coming through, that spirit coming through. So he stopped, he just literally stopped and just sat and waited for me to come to him. So now he knows what the problem is, he can fix it. That's wairua. So wairua comes in many forms. Mana can be anything. Everybody has their own strength about them. So one could be, you could have your talent in, say, playing soccer. That's your mana. That's your strength. You might be suck at another game, but you might be brilliant at softball or soccer. So that's a strength that you have. Everybody has it. Some can be personality-wise, like what do you think, flooring? Is it actually flooring?
Yeah.
If you ask me to play a flooring player, I wouldn't have a clue what to do. But that's your strength. That's your mana. That's your mana flooring. Mine could be a whakairo. That's my mana. That's where it holds. Might be good at many other things, but in that perspective, this is it here. So this is where my mana is. Yours is nursing. What do you call it? The union. So you're a good union man. You know how to talk to people. Hopefully. Or either make them angry or make them...
In a certain way, yeah.
But they still have to listen to you. So that's your mana.
Once day, mana,
Yeah.
boss,
Not boss.
mana, and from Auckland to Wellington. Boss, mana, boss. I want to go Wellington
Yeah.
and
Oh, the
boss
bus.
mana.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. The mana bus.
This time, gone.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Different thing altogether. Yeah. So your mana, your painting must probably be 10 times better than mine would be. So that's where you hold your strength. Garth is like doing like things with little items. And Kari behind us, Cassandra, she might be in all types of different arts, weaving.
Mine's painting.
Yeah, there you go. So you two might be on the same level. But she may have, how many kids you got?
I don't have kids.
She's got a classroom.
Yeah, just got classrooms and lots of nieces and nephews.
Oh, there you go. Well, at least they have their respect or their mana that you're their teacher. That's the same thing. So mana comes at many levels and many things. You don't have to be a prominent leader like Simon, for the MP. That's another form of mana. So that's where he holds his strength. He's a politician. Problem is he still has to listen to people. That's where this comes in. Yes, everybody does. Even I still have to listen to my students. Because I know every student is different. I might think that I know what they're going on about, what's going on in their head, but until I keep showing them what to do all the time, until they get it. And then their mana will come to mind. So bring them up till they get to the stage. Now, 12-year-old, he's doing that. her mask is way up there. So it's like she's got her own mana, so she's South African. So she's South African learning this. But I asked her where she was born. She was born here. So she said, well then, the tangata whenua. So that means you got to learn about your land, learn about where you are. And that should happen to everywhere where you go. Don't try and take your shit and go with them, think it's going to work. Find out what their shit is, learn it. And that's the same here. And that's the same, what she should know that. Okay. There you go. So that's, remember all those. Oh, Modi is the spirit. What everybody has Modi. Everybody has spirit. So back to work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
다음 요즘 문양 패턴이 그려진 것 같아야 되기 때문에 저런 도구를 이용해서 그리지 말라고 하는 얘기였습니다.
No, okay.